How many of you love these? Some people are raising their hand. Some people are shaking their heads like, I ate way too many of those recently, and I can't, don't tempt me, Pastor. Now what's interesting about, these types of cookies, they're great cookies. My son can eat an entire package in one sitting type of cookies, right? But there's just something about even the wrapper, right? You just look at the wrapper, this big, delicious-looking cookie right on the cover of the packaging, dipped in milk already, like our mouths are beginning to water, and it's not even like 10 o'clock in the morning type thing, right? Like we're salivating for what's inside. Now, for some of us, we just look at the package and we want what's inside, right? Now, what if I showed you a different packaging? I found this backstage. We've had it backstage for quite some time. I don't know what's been in this over the years, but just so you know, I put a couple Oreos inside. How many of you want the Oreos in this packaging? There's a couple takers. I don't know. That's a little bit weird. But you look at this and you're like, I think I'll pass for most of us, right? Now, what's interesting about this, the contents inside of these is the exact same contents. But one, you're like, man, I love one of these. And the other, you're like, I'll pass. So it's not just about what's inside. It's a matter that we recognize that the packaging actually matters. Here's the truth. You and I are carriers of the greatest news on planet Earth. You and I are carriers of the good news, the gospel, the life-changing, the eternity-altering news of Jesus Christ. I would argue it's the greatest news this world has ever known, and you and I get to be the carriers of this news. Here's the question. When people look at your life, do they see the good news that you hold? Do they want what you have? The packaging really matters. Again, we got to be people that hold on to deep spiritual conviction, but at the same time, we live our lives in a compelling way that people might want what we actually have. So the question becomes, do people look at your life? When people look at your life, do they want what you have? When people look at your social media posts, do they want what you have? When people look at the way you treat your spouse or significant other or people close to you, do they want what you have? When the people listen to the words that you speak to your kids or those underneath your care, do people want what you have? What I love about Jesus is he never compromised a spiritual conviction, yet at the same time, he lived in such a compelling way that people want what he held.